Gotchasports. We are back. Happy Friday, people. Carrie, we excited for the weekend.
I could not be more excited. I'm fucking exhausted. Long
Long
week.
week.
Long week.
Yeah,
But happy Friday. It's going to be a great weekend of baseball. We get some great Friday night games, first of all.
that is true. Excited to watch some ball. Happy Easter for those that celebrate. Hopefully, you're getting some time with family. I'm
Get to
excited though. It's going to
church.
be a good
Get to
what
church.
for the what do they call it? The holiday Christians, the holiday Catholics.
Yeah, the holiday Catholics. The try to get it to the good old Easter Vigil 3 hour long mass. That
It's a good time.
not gonna lie, that was a tough one for me as a kid. I'm not gonna lie.
Find yourself with Christ. That's what this weekend is about. But
Yeah, no
today's
no beers,
episode,
no betting, no nothing.
okay, all right. I mean,
Strictly Easter eggs, chocolate, marshmallow bunnies,
ooh,
and church.
did you like those growing up? Did you like the chocolate bunnies?
They were fine. My personal favorite was, what are they called? Like, was it? I think it's called like Kramer's. The chocolate eggs filled with like caramel or whatever they were. They're literally like egg
Creamers,
shaped. It's like, I thought that was like the brand. It's like green and red
maybe.
wrapper, but those were definitely my favorite. I do miss. I'm actually My mom definitely still sends me stuff for Easter. I'm not gonna lie. I do miss waking up going to
Shout
look for
out,
the
let's go.
yeah. I do miss going to look for the Easter basket.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will say I was a huge Starburst jelly bean guy growing up.
That's fair.
Not
I
a not a
personally,
regular jelly bean guy, but those ones hit.
yeah, I was never a big jelly bean person, but the Starburst ones, I will say, those are good.
Yeah. Yeah, but if it's your first time joining us, appreciate you tuning in. Today's episode, we got more baseball talk, MLB. We're going to talk a little bit about the transfer portal, college football, some big names out there, some big stories. We're going to dive into that a little bit. We're also going to do the Immaculate Grid. We are coming off a 9-for-9 Immaculate Grid. First time ever on this podcast. We're going to bring it back, see if we can get a streak going. Bring back Gear Grinders. I know we don't want to give you guys bad news and make you all in your feels on this fine Friday, but we got to do it. And then, not the best bet, but the special edition best bet. Not one, but two picks for the people coming off a reverse sweep. We said it in the tweet. We said it in the tweet. Said we felt good about a sweep on Tuesday, and we did. We just were on the wrong side of both of them. That's all.
Yeah. So we were pretty close if you think about it.
We were. If you think about it, we were close. But, Carrie, MLB, for those that don't know, we had Jackie Robinson Day this past week. It was the other day, actually, but a legend of the game, transformed the game of baseball, absolute icon. And I'm sure that his family is so proud of all of his accomplishments because he got honored not only with everybody wearing his number on the field that played baseball that day, but also got a 42% profit boost on DraftKings. I'm sure that's what his family was thinking was going to happen
Yeah.
after an absolute legend gets a 42% profit boost on MLB bet. So shout out Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, I mean that's just great marketing. I don't. There's really
Yeah,
nothing else to call that.
it's not. It's not. I do think that's one thing that's cool though that the MLB does, and I feel like, or at least I can't think of any other sport that league wide does something to honor a, a historic player. Can you think of anybody, or is it just the MLB?
Um, no, I don't think the NBA does. NFL doesn't. I don't think soccer does it all at any professional level. I mean, it's got to be baseball. It's the only one I know about, and there's no college sports that do it. But I mean, I don't. That just says. I mean, even non people that are not into sports, for the most part, know who Jackie Robinson is.
Oh yeah, I mean, the dude's an absolute legend. But
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
really cool that the MLB does that, and it will never go anywhere. It'll be that way. His number is retired league wide. I know other sports do that too, but shout out the MLB for having this.
Speaking of players like that, though, we had I believe Roberto Clemente. Did you see what happened with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Roberto Clemente sign?
Oh, out in right field, yeah,
Yeah, I forget what it was replaced with, but it got replaced, and I don't know why. First of all,
with some
but
ad,
fans
yeah.
noticed it. Yeah, fans noticed it on the first day, and the Pittsburgh Pirates had to publicly apologize to everyone, which I rightfully so. I don't know how you just get rid of his name like that.
Well, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? They probably thought not many people come to our games, not many people watch us on TV. So who's really going to notice that the best player in our organization's history and the most iconic players memorial on the wall will be missing? But I don't know if the Pittsburgh Pirates were always planning on moving that sign to a different location, or is it just because they got reamed on social media and reamed across the league because they took it
Yeah,
down?
that was a huge miss on their part.
Yeah, it's not a good move, not a good look. Doesn't show you respect to the guys that got the Pittsburgh Pirates where they are. But yeah, I did see that. Pretty wild.
I just think like there had to be no type of thought process there. I think it'd be one thing if you like simply made a bigger sign in a different area, but the fact I didn't see anything along those lines. It seems like they just outright removed his name off the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they came out of like a board meeting and were like, "We're gonna take this sign down," and you would think somebody would be like, I don't know if we should, and if we do, let's move it," because I feel like the Pirates would have came out and said, "Hey, if those are looking for the Roberto Clemente sign, we're moving it here," before they even changed anything. I literally think that they got caught and realized how much of a mistake that they made. That's when they came out and were like, "We're sorry, we're gonna move it," blah blah blah. You know?
Yeah, I'm under speculation too that whatever ad was there's potential that their company's not doing too well just from that little hiccup.
Right,
I
right.
wonder if the company was even aware that their logo or ad was going to be
That's a
replacing.
yeah, that's a good point
Like
because if they did,
not
what
telling the company that.
scumbags?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking straight up that the Pirates just didn't tell them, and they were just like, "Yeah, we'll get your
Yeah.
logo up in our stadium." And like, man, I would be pissed if I was that company.
I would tell them to take our logo off, go find a different team because that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Did you see on a different note, did you see that Jason Dominguez, he had to leave the game the other day because he swung and missed on a ball and his follow through, the bat hit him in the back of his helmet
smacked
and
him in the back of the head.
his contacts fell out and he had to leave the game.
It was a base hit too, wasn't it? Well, didn't he get like a single off of it or something?
I thought he swung and missed. Maybe he did though. That would make it even better.
Then there might have been another player. I know there was a player that did the same exact thing, smacked him in the back of the head. Helmet as he's running, his helmet's just like covering his face, and he eventually falls. Hilarious.
Insane, dude. Insane. Oh, I also saw I didn't realize this until I saw it. I think I saw it on X, but did you know that with Apple Music, there's a playlist for every MLB team's walk-up songs?
I did not. That's sick though.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's true. But you can play every team's walk-up music and there are some bangers in there. Some
Oh,
old
I'm
school,
sure.
some new school, some rock, country, hip hop. I mean, they have it all. I would highly recommend go see what you're if you don't watch baseball, want to know what some of the players listen to, go look it up. It's pretty cool.
Does it give the players' names by the songs by chance, or not that
No,
detailed?
no, it doesn't.
That's fair.
Dude, did you see the I don't even know what he is, like the Braves in-game commentator or entertainer when they were playing at the Blue Jays?
Was it the hot dog seesaw?
Well, yes, yes. But the night before they cut to him, he was up in some club or some suite level thing, and they were making jokes because he was talking, like interviewing two girls, and they're two attractive looking girls, and the announcers were like, "Oh, we know what you're doing up there," just kind of making a joke, and the the in or the oh, the play-by-play guys were telling him like, "Oh, you should get their numbers," and so then he got one of the girls' numbers on live TV, and he was saying he was talking to the girls and was like, "Yeah, they're telling me in my ear to get your number," and he's like, "Oh, I should start doing this more often." And then the next night, he's riding a wiener seesaw or teeter
Yeah.
totter.
That guy just knows ball. I don't. There's nothing else to
Yeah.
say. He knows what he's doing, and his boys were supporting him. Is he not married? That's my question.
I would assume if he's getting other girls' numbers at a baseball game on live television, he's either married and the worst sneak artist of all time, or he's not married or with a significant other.
I don't know. He's riding the hot dog seesaw. He had the biggest smile in the world.
It was arguably too big of a smile. Kind of a questionable
Yeah, dude,
smile, to be
he was
honest.
enjoying it way too much, but it was hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny. Speaking of announcers, I think that this might have been like a week ago, maybe a little bit less, but the Pirates were playing the Reds. The Reds had bases loaded, and the announcer, Ellie De La Cruz, is up, and the announcer's like, "Oh, this pitch is going to be a changeup low and away," and it was a fastball up and in that he hit like 430 for a grand slam.
Yeah, that was great. There's no better home run than when a commentator says some dumb shit beforehand.
Oh yeah,
Like there's
it makes it.
there's a literal compilation of Nick Castellanos just hitting bombs at the worst moment.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the San Francisco Giants one kills me. The announcer just said
Which one was
something
that?
egregious. Yeah, I can't even say it. But the San Francisco Giants one was a great one because during his apologies, like, there's a good chance I will never be on the mic for the San Francisco Giants ever again after tonight. I'd like to think of myself as a family man, a Christian man, blah, blah, blah. It just
Yeah.
goes on. And then Nick Castellanos hits the ball, and the announcer immediately just flips to as Nick Castellanos drives the ball deep to left field. Gone.
Do you
Oh
know?
my
Is he
God, I was
still with
crying.
Is he still an announcer
No,
for the
dude,
Giants?
he's with not the Giants. He just started back up like a year or two ago with another college or professional team. I just don't remember who it is.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that didn't happen this week, but it's been a pretty wild week in baseball across the league. Cardinals win a series against the Astros. That's back-to-back series. I also saw in college baseball in the South Florida Rice game, there was just some dude that just grabbed a beehive with his bare hands in the dugout and just threw it
Yeah.
away.
But a guy,
Psycho.
if you had to pick anyone to grab a beehive and you had 100 people, you could pick this guy out easily.
Yes,
Like
yes, I agree with that
there's no one else that could
100%.
do it outside of him.
No, absolute no hesitation. Dude just, it's like he was picking apples.
Yeah.
He just went up,
He's
grabbed it, and threw it away.
He was like, dude, he might have been bigger than 300 pounds. He might have been like 6'7". Looked like a
Big
farmer.
beard.
He was in the what are they called? The jeans with the at the hip with the straps go over the shoulder. What are those called?
Overalls.
He was in the jean overalls and like a ripped up
Yeah.
red shirt. It was hilarious. Just acted like nothing was
It was
happening.
awesome. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But baseball, it's here. It's not going anywhere. Carrie, we got to get to the Immaculate Grid. We're going for a streak here. 2 for 2. perfect. 9 out of 9 Immaculate Grids. I'm going to pull this bad boy up here. All right, Carrie, can you see it?
Yep. I can already tell you, Twins is going to be brutal for me.
Twins Hall of Fame. All right, sorry. We got Nationals, Rangers, and Hall of Fame up top. Left side, we got Twins, Yankees, and played first base. Twins Hall of Fame, Harmon Killebrew.
Use that one. Did Torrey Hunter make the Hall of Fame?
That's a good question.
Use Harmon Killebrew, but I'm pretty sure Torrey Hunter was a Twins guy also.
All right. I mean, we could do Yankees Hall of Fame, one of a million players. You want to do your favorite player?
But...
Babe Ruth?
No. Fuck it, just use him. I don't care. For all you out there,
we got to show love.
Hater. I'm a sworn
It's your
hater
favorite
of Babe
player.
Ruth. I don't want to hear anyone ever say that he's one of the best players of all time. I think he was up there facing guys throwing 80 miles an hour that were drunk off their ass the entire time.
So was he, though.
Yeah. So he was the greatest at doing that in his time period. He is not touching Eli Morgan of the Chicago Cubs this year.
That would be interesting to see, though.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame, played first base, Frank Thomas. I mean, there's a lot, but...
Yeah.
You cool with that, or you want to do somebody else?
No, that's fine with me.
Uh-oh.
I can tell you right now, just from these teams, we are not going 9 for 9.
We can work it out, Carrie. We're good. All right. Texas Rangers played first base. Mark Teixeira. He played first, right?
Thought he was a third baseman. You know better than me. That
we could do Rangers, Yankees. We could do A-Rod.
Scumbag, too. We got 2 scumbag Yankees up there so far.
All right. Oh, played first base for the Nationals. Josh Bell. Right now, right?
Yeah, he is, because he ruined my Paul Skeens strikeout a few days ago.
All right, let's go. Got a current player. That's fun. Let's go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mark Teixeira was a first baseman.
Who was the Rangers' first baseman when they won the World Series? Was it Jung? Was he playing first?
That sounds right.
Might be pronounced Young, actually. I just don't know he was a first baseman, though. He might be an outfielder. I know he's a big dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in Mark Teixeira, to be honest.
Go for it then.
All right, 6 for 6. Now to the teams. The hardest part.
Yeah,
and have the most answers.
I'm going to pitchers immediately.
Yeah, for sure. Nationals, Steven Strasburg.
Strasburg was hurt so much, though. They weren't.
God, dude, the Twins might be the team that I know, the organization that I know the least.
I know. Byron Buxton, Torrey Hunter.
Royce Lewis, Joe Mauer.
Oh yeah, Royce Lewis. That was a classic.
Again, we could always use the Curtis Granderson around here because that guy played for every team.
He was on the Yankees for sure. It would have to be the Nats.
Yeah. I don't think he played for the Nats. Why do I feel like Aaron Boone played for the Nationals and the Yankees back with the early 2000s team?
I mean, he very well could have. I know nothing about Aaron Boone. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I guess he would have been the Expos back
What about,
then.
what about was Cole
Yeah.
Hamels just the Rangers?
I thought Cole Hamels was the Phillies.
Who am I thinking of, dude? Josh. There's a guy I'm thinking about on the Rangers. I can see his face. I just can't get his name.
Talking about like Josh Hamilton?
Yeah.
Or are you talking pitcher?
Was he just? No, not. I'm not talking about a pitcher. I was just throwing out a player.
No, I think Josh
Hamilton was
Hamilton
a Ranger.
only played for the Rangers.
Okay.
What about like Elvis Andrews or Beltron? Or no, Beltre. Adrian Beltre? Is that? Yeah.
Those are both Rangers. I just don't think they would have been on the Twins.
Yeah, I don't know. Yankees, Nationals. What about Jason Worth?
He was on the Nats.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
just
what
don't know
about
who else.
I don't know if he was ever a Yankee. What about Grady Sizemore?
Couldn't tell you either. This is
All
a
right,
really
let's just
bad one
start
for me.
throwing.
I told you.
Yeah.
Just throw some hammers out there.
I'm gonna let's do.
What about Goose Gossage or whatever the hell his name is?
I have
He,
no
he was a,
idea.
I think he was a Yankee. Type in Goose, see what just pops up.
There he is.
Goslin, there he is. I mean, 17-year career. I would just say
I
try
mean, you
it.
think he played with that? Wait, hang on. Let me look at the Nats. Yeah, they weren't even a team back then.
God damn it!
Expos weren't a team back then. Oh, Carrie, this could be so wrong. What about Satchel Paige for the? Oh, I guess the Nationals weren't a team. Never mind.
Yeah, what?
Uh, dude, screw the Nats. All right. You want me to just do Grady Sizemore for here?
Yes.
Did not play a lot of years. I can tell you that.
Nope.
No. All right.
Yeah.
Immaculate Grid is over. We cannot go 9 for 9. And honestly, we're probably going to go 6 for 9 because I don't know any of these. All right, Carrie, give me a name. Any name. We'll try it.
Just do Jason Worth.
For the Twins? I feel like he's got a better shot of being on the Twins than the Yankees.
Yes, he was not on the Yankees.
And nope.
What about Gardner? Is he ever in that?
Gardner
Probably not.
I hate that. Ooh, what about Oh wait, was he a Cleveland? Rod Carew, second baseman, old guy.
I think he was Twins.
You think he was Twins?
Throw it in there. Yeah, throw it in there.
With which one?
He seems like more of a Nationals guy. I don't know.
Darn,
Rod Carew,
6 for
dude.
9. Only 89
God.
options.
Well, dude, the Nats
All right,
just haven't been
Yankees.
around.
Yeah, Yankees, Nationals, Randy Johnson.
Randy.
That's
When
lame.
was he on the Nats?
I don't remember him being on. It would have been the Expos. Oh, Nelson Cruz for the Twins and Nationals. Brian Dozier.
That one I should have gotten.
Yeah, we probably should have gotten both of those. And then Rangers, Twins.
That is indeed a bit
Nelson
unfortunate.
Cruz again.
Bro.
All right, 6 for 9.
We just needed.
Streak is over.
It was fun while it lasted, but what are you
It
gonna do?
was.
You know.
It was a lot of. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But that's all we got for Immaculate Grid, 6 for 9. We will be back though. Gonna try to go for that perfect 9 for 9. Kerry, we've had a pretty wild past couple weeks. College football transfer portal. And I guess we could start this conversation off by talking about the whole Nico Iamaleava situation. For those that don't know, was quarterback at Tennessee, was getting paid, or it was reported he was getting paid around $2 million, was asking for $4 million. Tennessee said, we're not giving you that. So he entered the transfer portal. And I don't know if it was him or if it was his agent or parents or whatever, whoever the driving force to this situation is. But this dude may not have a team and also is probably going to take a massive pay cut because of this situation.
Ooh, I heard he was going to UCLA.
Was that
I don't know if
confirmed?
that was a maybe it was just a rumor, but if he goes there, he's out of his goddamn mind.
I mean, I
Like,
don't see UCLA. Maybe they have the money to pay him that, but if he does
yeah,
go to UCLA, he's probably going to get less.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. With how expensive UCLA is, I bet they could find a way to cough up the money getting a quarterback like him because he's still going to be very good for what their team is. But what I saw was that UCLA is projected to have like one of the worst offensive lines in the Big Ten.
Yeah, as a quarterback, yeah, I want to go to a team to play for the worst offensive line.
Yeah,
Coming off a
I
playoff Tennessee team that isn't going anywhere.
yeah, I mean, to me, it seemed like the coach was kind of just done with him too. I think it was more of an attitude
Should be,
thing. I don't
yeah.
think it had anything to do with his overall talent, but it's just like I think at this day and age too, like it's gotten to a point where college athletes, if they're good enough, do truly care more about what money they're getting, what cars they're getting, what brands are they're like endorsing, and it's getting a little out of control in my mind. I understand athletes being upset for not being paid for people wearing their jerseys and their names and stuff, but it's just like what 18-year-old needs $2 million?
None.
I don't need $2
I
million.
honestly,
I'm almost 26 years old. I'd love it, but I don't need
yeah,
it.
it'd be pretty cool though.
It'd
It'd
be
be
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool. But no, I'm glad Tennessee was like, you know what, just leave then. Like this is not how. And I think everybody knew it was going to get to this point, but this is not how NIL one should be run, and the fact that there's really no rules or regulations behind it is beyond me. And then two, how the transfer portal is. It's like all these guys want is the next bag that they can get. And to an extent, sure. But when you have a guy who's playing for Tennessee, the SEC, they're gonna make the playoff probably once again. That was like, you know what? I want to leave because they're not doubling my money. And also, why did they? There were two transfer portal windows. The first one already happened, and now he's asking it in the second one. What what did he do between the first window and the second window to think that he deserves double what he's already getting? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. The timing of it, the whole premise behind it, and good for Tennessee for not paying him, and good for the other teams like North Carolina and even Tulane, who were like, we're not paying you either, even though we have interest in you, we're not going to pay you.
Yeah, it's the thing too. Like this Tennessee program has gotten so good the past 2 or 3 years. Like, in my opinion, yeah, I could be wrong on this, but they're gonna find another guy. I'm not
Oh,
saying
and
he's not gonna be a freak by any means, but he's gonna be good.
you know who that guy should be? Steve Angeli, Notre
Yeah,
Dame backup quarterback last year, came in the Penn State game, went 6 for 7, led the drive for the field goal before halftime. Honestly, kept hope, got us the momentum. Steve Angeli, is he really proven? He has game experience. I personally like Steve Angeli. I think he's a good quarterback. Notre Dame's situation right now, with just being so deep at that position and a lot of other positions, it just wasn't going to work out. He was probably going to get beat out by CJ Carr anyway. But Tennessee should be calling Steve Angeli, and I said this in our group chat, should fly him out on a private jet and sign this guy and give him money immediately, because Steve Angeli would work well in that offense that spreads the field and it can let him sling the rock, because he can, and he's a very capable college football quarterback.
yeah. I mean, we said this back in the playoff game against Penn State, but I think Angeli was to this day easily considered the MVP of that game.
Yeah, he kept us there, dude. He
I also
kept
said it
us
at the
and
beginning
gave
of the
us momentum.
season that we should let him have a shot.
Well, we disagreed on that, but we disagreed on that. But that's also another thing too, and obviously we're talking about it and we're not actually with these programs making these decisions, but it seems like a lot of teams now, especially a Notre Dame team that typically is very conservative, plays older guys, are taking a gamble on CJ Carr. Like, you know what? We love what we see in practice. We love what we see against arguably one of the top defenses in college football. We like what we see. We're going to give him the job instead of taking the guy that has in-game experience, whether it's against a MAC school or whether it's against a non-Power 5 school. He still has college football in-game experience. We're going to take a gamble on a guy that doesn't. And I think a lot of teams are starting to do that, especially with the transfer portal now and NIL, and with Notre Dame being as deep as they are. I don't think it's a bad move by Notre Dame, but it is sad to see Steve Angeli leave.
Yeah, I agree about that. And I also agree that a lot more teams are trusting these younger players. And I honestly think part of that reason being is just for the fact that with the transfer portal, with guys getting offered more money to go other places, you really don't know how long you're going to have a guy, whether that's going to the NFL or whether that's just hopping from team to team because other people are going to give you better deals.
Right. Yeah, it's a crazy world in college football right now. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like trying to keep guys, trying to get new guys, the money conversation. Like, it is a completely different dynamic in college sports right now. And shout out to whatever team you follow, shout out to their coaching staff and their front office, because it technically is a front office now. Shout out what they're doing, because that shit's got to be hard as hell.
I'm sure they hate it too.
I'm sure it's probably why, or it is why, guys like Nick Saban got out. They're like, I want dudes that are going to play their hardest, act the right way, and win us some football games, not guys who are going to chase the biggest bag that they can.
Yeah. Yeah. Which unfortunately is just going to happen.
Right. Right. Well, we'll see what happens this college football season. We'll be here to cover it. You'll get our two idiots 2 cents on these topics, so we're here for it. All right, Carrie, it's that time of the episode. We got to get to the sad part, and that is gear grinders. What is your gear grinder this week?
All right, my gear grinder this week after watching plenty of baseball is not specifically umpires, but home plate umpires. I told everyone I hated the ABS system. I hated challenging
Yep.
balls and strikes because it's just not part of the game, in my opinion. Umpires are going to be good, umpires are going to be bad. But, dude, some of these home plate umpires are really bad. Really, really bad. And I kind of understand the whole ABS system now. I still don't ever want it to be a thing. But, brother, these umpires I've seen are missing by 2 to 4 inches at times. And it just, oh my God, when you have money on the line, that will
It
get you
does.
heated.
It does. It will get you heated. I do agree with you. I don't want the ABS system in baseball. It is what it is. But do you remember that it was the Cardinals? I don't remember. It might have been Cardinals Angels series this year. I sent you a video of one of the missed calls, and you were even like, "That is horrible." It was
I mean,
so bad.
I
But
don't remember that, but it's familiar. It's just there's been a million horrible calls in like every single game. I'm watching it right now, and I just saw one, and that's why that popped in my head.
no, I hear you. It does get frustrating again, especially if you have money on the line or you're watching your favorite team or whatever the case might be. No, it can be very, very frustrating. Consistency is all I ask. I don't want the
Yes,
ABS system around. Like calls they're gonna be wrong, they're gonna be right. But as long as you're either consistently good or consistently bad, I'm okay with it.
consistently bad. I
I
can't
mean,
do it. I can't.
if your strike zone is that wide or that tall or whatever the case might be, and you're consistently calling that, then a hitter's got to adjust, pitcher's got to adjust. Like it
Yeah,
is what it is. That's how the game's played.
I feel like it's not so much an issue of strikes being called balls. It's just the big. Some umpires have massive zones. I feel like.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. I think it would do everybody a favor if they just took the box that you see on the screen away.
Yes,
If they
I
show the
agree.
replay, if you show the replay, maybe you bring the box back up. But I feel like all of this stems from the fact that we see the same size box every game, and not one umpire has the same strike zone. I think that would help at least. I don't think the
No,
answer is an ABS system. I think you just take it away so people can't complain about it.
I definitely agree. I'm also 100% have seen so many games. I know what that box looks like that I still think I would do okay at recognizing a
I
ball
think
or
so
strike
too.
on TV. Yeah.
I would I'd have faith in you. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll sit down one time together. We'll watch a full game and we'll have you call them live, and I'll mark
All
down
right.
how many you got right or got wrong.
All right. I'd be down for that. That'd be fun. We can do
Yeah.
that during a 9 innings, 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, and see if my strike zone gets better or worse along the way. Yeah.
And if it gets better, maybe we pitch to the MLB that all umpires should be doing this.
Right. Yeah. See, I'm with you on that.
All right. All right, I'm with that.
What is your gear grinder this week?
My gear grinder this week, not related to baseball, but contacts. Don't get me wrong, and this is a
Couldn't be
very
me.
first world problem, but I wear contacts over glasses probably like 75% of the time. But there is no reason why I put in a brand new pair of contacts fresh out of the case and they immediately start to burn. There's just no
Yeah,
reason.
man.
Because typically when I put in a fresh new pair of contacts, they feel nice, they feel clean. And you know what? It's honestly probably my fault. I probably messed up my eyes wearing contacts longer than I should anyway, because I have monthlies and I can promise you I wear them longer than a month. But still, at the end of the day, if I take out a fresh new pair of contacts, they should not burn. And if I had the money, I'd probably pay for LASIK, to be honest.
Yeah. I my entire family has glasses and contacts, and I fortunately enough somehow got beyond perfect vision. So I hope it stays like that forever because I don't see myself picking up contacts anytime soon. if my vision was that bad, I'd honestly probably just go to glasses just for the hassle of contacts.
Yeah, that wasn't really an option because I got them I think in 6th grade, and obviously playing travel sports and 3 different sports, glasses just wouldn't have worked, and I was not putting on a pair of those goggles. I can promise you that.
No,
That was
no
not
rec
going to be that
specs.
guy. No rec specs for
You
me.
should have been that guy. You'd have been the best shortstop in the world.
Yeah, I would have been the goofiest shortstop in the world. They see a dude with rec specs throwing it 40 feet over your head.
Yeah, that'd have been pretty good though.
Yeah, but that's Gear Grinder this week, Carrie. Let's get to the best part of the episode, and that is not the best bet, but the special edition best bet. Carrie, there's 2 picks out there today, and I know you got one of them. And this actually is going to be the sweep that we were talking about on Tuesday. What's that first leg?
All right, we're gonna have DeGrom versus Yamamoto, and
Yamamoto.
this is a big game.
That is Dodgers versus
That
Rangers for those that don't know.
correct. Yes, the Dodgers, they won every game, but in my opinion, it was a bit of a rough series against the Rockies. They gave up a good amount of runs, and the games were way closer than they needed to be. Uh, I think this is going to be a strong game for the Dodgers. I mean, we'll be taking the Dodgers at -1.5 in this, and I got Yamamoto giving up 0 runs.
Goose egg. I like that.
Goose egg,
Dodgers.
big old goose egg for Easter weekend.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, but let's get to yours. Finish off the sweep.
The last part of the sweep, we're going to take it to Anaheim. The Giants versus the Angels, under 8.5. Logan Webb on the bump for the Giants, one of their top guys. Tyler Anderson on the bump for the Angels, one of their top guys. I think this game's going to be a 4-2 contest. The Angels actually are going to win. They're going to beat the Giants, who've had a good start to the year. That's my prediction. Under 8.5, though, I think this is easy. That's 2 best bets all mashed up into one to make it a special edition best bet for the sweep. Carrie, let's do it.
Yep. Happy weekend again.
Happy weekend. Happy Easter if it's your first time joining us. Appreciate you, returners. All the love. Do us a favor. Go follow us on our TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube. You name it. We got it. Leave us a 5-star review while you're at it. But, Carrie, that's all I got. What do you got?
We Gotchasports.
Until next time.